Welcome back, friends. iRelät here with a Reddit relationship story about a guy who ditched his girlfriend in another state for a pretty wild reason. So he's 35 and she's 33. He says, we've been together for about 5 months, but have known each other for 10 plus years. I met her through her sister Maya, who's 34. Me and Maya used to work at a gentleman's club together in our early 20s for a while. We were friends with benefits till both of us felt more of a brother-sister vibe, and she became one of my best friends during that time. She quit the club and she got pregnant, then I met Maria at the baby shower. Maya has always been a black sheep, while Maria has been the goody-goody in the family. Their mom was very religious, and so was Maria, but not Maya or their dad. Their mom passed away about 1.5 years ago though. Maya ended up setting us up back then, but I was moving away for a bit for work, so it didn't work out at the time. We would hang out whenever I was in town, but the timing wasn't right for a lot of reasons. Fast forward to this past summer when we reconnected at a bar while I was visiting some friends in that part of town. I hadn't seen her in maybe a year. We hugged and ended up talking all night into the morning. She definitely changed in the time since we'd been apart. While Maya is very attractive, Maria is a certified baddie. Oh my lord. That comment says all I need to know about this guy. He says she looks like a thick Becky G. Who's Becky G? When we were hanging out back then, she was really modest, but since her mom passed away, she opened up a lot, started dressing up and all that. We talked about a lot of stuff, and she told me I was her first adult crush, and she kinda hoped we'd get married and have kids when we were young. We were both drunk, but she started crying, and we went to her place and just talked all night. She told me she loved me that morning over waffles when we were sober. What? Clinger alert. Run, my friend. Run. Seriously though, she's telling you she loves you and you're not even together? I mean, what is this? He says we started dating quickly after that and went official and all has been good. I do work a lot, but we spent all our time together. The bedroom stuff has been great. She opened up about that too. She confessed that she's bi, but has only been with one girl when she was young and has been waiting to get with another with my permission. She knows about my history and that I've been cheated on multiple times by different girls, so I'm not into sharing like that. But she'd bring it up ever so often, and it wasn't something I was ever really interested in. Yeah, I can't really blame you for not wanting to be into this whole bi thing, but the thing is, you should just not be into her. I mean, being into girls who are into that kind of thing is fine, but dating them is not. So you shouldn't have a problem with exploring this stuff with her. What you should have a problem with is taking her seriously in a relationship. And as for the part of you getting cheated on a bunch in your past, after that baddie comment, that doesn't surprise me at all. That's chick lingo, and if you want women to take you seriously, you need to give that a rest. So he says, fast forward to this Sunday. She has a group of friends, and 2 of them are getting married in a few months. Victor, who's 34, and Andrea, who's 30, as well as Jose and Reina. The engaged couples are getting married about 3 hours away, and they wanted us to go and see how everything is and make more plans for that weekend. Basically a mini vacation. We worked out a deal where Vic was going to pay for everyone's rooms and I'd drive because I'm the only one with a big vehicle to drive all 6 of us. Vic has big money, so it's not a problem for him and I didn't mind driving. We had a good Saturday exploring and seeing the wedding site, and Sunday we were going to go bar hopping and stuff. Why do I have a feeling your girl's gonna be the one doing the exploring on this trip? He says we went to this spot that has a bunch of clubs and bars within walking distance, and eventually Jose wanted to go to a bar and see the second half of the Super Bowl, so the guys and girls split up and we were gonna meet up after the game. Let me guess, you went with the girls. The girls ended up at this not straight club, so we walked over there and it was pretty busy. We got in and went looking for them. We found Andrea at the bar getting a drink and Reina was in the restroom. There was a long line and she said that Maria went to go look for Andrea while she waited in line. We go looking for Maria and Reina sees her first, and I see the look in her face when she started looking around. Reina doesn't even say anything and takes Jose and they walk away, and Andrea's like, what the F? Then I see what's up. So the club has these little booths that open up like little cabanas. There I see Maria getting oh no. Okay, let me clean this up. Basically, I see Maria getting diddled by some girl down there while some other guy is grabbing her up top and basically tongue-effing her. Vic looks at me like he thinks I'm gonna go start a fight, but I don't know, I literally felt like I died inside and just left. I went back to the hotel and got my stuff, then drove all the way home. Yesterday, Vic and Jose hit me up separately and said it was effed up that I left them stranded, but they understood and had no hard feelings. Andrea called me and said that I was an a-hole and said I should have manned up and confronted her and would have seen that Maria was super effed up and not in her right state of mind. You gotta be kidding me. So she's basically claiming that he's not a real man because he wasn't willing to accept this behavior and excuse it on account of the fact that she was drunk? This is ridiculous. That's women logic for you. Everything's always the man's fault. Women are not responsible for anything, including getting hammered and finger blasted in a cabana. But what do you all think? Comment your thoughts below and let's get back to the story. He says, supposedly she got wasted, and I don't know. I've seen her drink and she can hold her liquor pretty well, so that doesn't compute with me. Vic said after I left, Andrea went and got her and she started crying when they told her that I saw everything. Yeah, it's all fun and games until your boyfriend catches you. He says, Maria called and texted me begging for me to just talk to her, and this morning she showed up at my job, but I'm taking the rest of the week off, so they told her I wasn't there. Maya came by earlier, and as soon as I saw her, I started crying. Why does that not surprise me? I mean, I get that you're upset that this girl did this. Obviously, this is a terrible thing to have to deal with, but you're only dating her for 5 months. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, come on. He goes on, I haven't felt this way in so long. She told me she understands, and we talked for a while, and she told me that she's gonna tell her sister to just leave me alone, and if I want to talk to her, I will. I just can't forgive betrayal, and she knows this. I've cut my family off for less, and it's nothing for me to drop someone out of my life if I have to. Two spelled wrong. Yeah, I don't know about all the crying, that's a bit overboard, but this should be an easy choice to just drop her and move on. I mean, if I were you, I would just be grateful that you figured this out within these first few months so that you can just drop her now, move on, and be happy you didn't have more time invested. And stories like this, or the personality of this Maria girl that he described here, are the kind of girls that men need to be wary of. And by that, I mean clinger types. She told him she loved him like immediately upon dating or before they were even dating or whatever. That is a clear sign of a clinger, and clingers are no good because a clinger is a girl who's desperately needing attention. And if she can't get attention from you, she'll go find it from some other guy or girl or both guy and girl in a cabana. So the fact that she was this clingy type from the get-go should have been his first clue. But then also the whole bi thing, it's like typically girls like that who are just willing to sleep around with anyone are bad news. And it doesn't surprise me at all when he said that this was the outcome. I had a feeling this was going to be the case as soon as he said it. So a lot of guys think when they meet a girl like this, like, oh, this is great. She's into girls and guys. I can have some wild experiences with her, which that wasn't even what this guy was looking for. But a lot of guys will have that mentality and think this is the perfect chick, when in reality, what happens is later on they end up getting cheated on or whatever, because these types of girls are often promiscuous and just being with one guy isn't enough for them. So if you meet a girl like this, have fun with her, do what you're gonna do, but more than likely, she's for the streets. He says, I've been alone most of my life, and it doesn't matter anyway. What really gets me is before all this was going on, she started bringing up having kids and getting married, even making comments at the venue Saturday that I looked handsome in a suit, but we would get married in flip-flops and she'd be happy with it. I can't get the look of her face out of my head when I saw her at that club. Did she look like this? Okay, again, she's saying all this stuff only a few months into your relationship. This has red flags written all over it. How did you not realize that this girl had issues? I gotta say that although it's terrible that this guy had to deal with this, I kind of can't have sympathy for people like him because they ask for this to happen to them. I mean, I sympathize with the guy just over the fact that it is a bad thing for him to experience, and given the past trauma, this is only contributing to that. But guys like this are just asking for this kind of stuff to happen to them. That's why it continues to happen to him over and over in a bunch of relationships, like he said, because for whatever reason, they don't understand women. They don't understand how to point out red flags when they see them, and they don't understand that their own behavior repels women. The whole baddie thing. I know that sounds like a ridiculous thing for me to harp on, but seriously, that one comment just sums up this guy completely. And the fact that he was crying again. I've said this in other videos, like women don't have respect for men who are crying over nonsense like this. He was dating her for literally less than half a year. I mean, I wouldn't have been acting like this when I was a teenager, let alone in my mid-30s or whatever this guy said. There are so many things about women that are obvious signs they're not good for a serious relationship that so many men just ignore. And I don't understand how that could be, because these are things I've literally known my entire adult life. Things such as, if a girl cheats with you on her boyfriend, don't date her because she's just gonna cheat on you. I couldn't tell you the amount of men that I know that they don't understand this rule. It's like, they hook up with some girl who has a boyfriend thinking, oh yeah, I stole her from him. And it's like, yeah, just wait until somebody else steals her from you. It's almost a guarantee. But tons of men don't understand this. And the same thing applies with this guy, this whole clinger thing. It's like, you should have realized that this girl was desperate for attention when she's over here talking about all these weird things, being super attached to you in such a quick amount of time. It's like, if she can be so easily attached to you, didn't it occur to you that perhaps she could easily get attached to other people as well? I mean, it's so obvious. So again, although I sort of have sympathy for this guy, just the fact that he is this type of person, I can't sympathize too much because he had this coming. Again, he's gone through this tons of times, but somehow he didn't learn from his past. Smart men learn from their mistakes. Wise men learn from the mistakes of others. This guy is neither. But that's all I gotta say about this. What do you all think about this? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Subscribe and click like if you haven't already. Share this video with someone you think might like it. And check out my main channel for more life and relationship videos. Till then, hope y'all take care of yourselves. Support and be good to good women. Peace.